How's it going, Internet Land? Zachamus Prime, aka Zachamus Prime, here with the Transformers Studio Series review, and today we're looking at Studio Series Dropkick again, but this one instead. And before I get into this, I want to talk really briefly about the helicopter Studio Series Dropkick, and I think that my review came across as fairly negative, but I want to say that in terms of a helicopter transformer, the figure is actually really good. It makes a nice, like, thin, sleek looking helicopter. There's not a whole lot of kibble in the vehicle mode. There's lots of helicopter parts in the robot mode, but that's always to be expected from a transformer, especially one that makes so little compromises in vehicle mode. So as a helicopter transformer, it's great. And if that's your particular thing, then absolutely it's a fantastic figure, but it's not a very good representation of Dropkick. This one, on the other hand, is an excellent representation of Dropkick. Like, this looks really good. Like, this almost entirely nails his on-screen appearance. He's got the wheels up on the shoulders, and he's got the details how he's supposed to have it. It looks really good. And it transforms well, and it looks good in alt mode. Like, this is, in terms of Studio Series figures, this is pretty much what we expect to get. A figure that's a decent representation and looks good. And, is a decent figure. So, I like it so far. I'm with you on that. But, in terms of accessories, this figure comes with one accessory, which is just this gun. Molded all in black plastic. With this this doesn't rotate, but it's off center here. This is pretty decent. This is ambidextrous, so it will go on other hand. You'll take the hand and fold it all the way in, and then that exposes this peg here on the end of it, and then there's a slot on the inside of that weapon. You just plug it on there. And I like the transformers where it looks like the hand, the arm has transformed into the weapon. And I think that this does a pretty damn good job of that particular aesthetic. I like it. Of course, you can put it on either hand, but I'm not gonna sit here and do that. Just showing you how it works. In terms of articulation, this figure will look up a little bit, look down, not really at all. Head will go all the way around. This is a fairly limited ball joint. The arms are on ball joints. They'll go, if we get this door out of the way, they'll go all the way around. They'll go out that far. You've got an elbow swivel here just above the elbow. It feels like there's stuff getting in the way of it, but I know that's just concentricity defects in the joint itself. Single joint elbow for 90 degrees of bend. You do have a little bit of pivot on this wrist if you really want to. It's just there for transformation, but no waist joint, sadly, but leg goes forward that much, goes backwards that much, goes out for, we'll give it 50% of a Van Damme. Single joint knee for 90 degrees of bend. No swivel there, though he does have a cut joint for the thigh swivel. Ankle is double jointed, so you get that giggity foot. Tips down that much, tips up that much. No ankle rocker there, because like Shatter, this figure was made before, I guess, Hasbro decided that figures all needed to have ankle joints or else. So, but yeah, this is actually a pretty decent figure. This is surprisingly decent. But let's get this one transformed up into its car mode. So, where I want to start. We're going to take this and we're going to pop open. Just take this whole thing and rip it open. Yeah, that's a good place to start. Just vivisect it. And we're going to take his head and rotate it all the way around. And so there's a lot of disconnection that goes on in this torso area. So like this part here disconnected from all that. And then you've got a tab right in here on the base of that where the blue meets the waist. That is going to untab, disconnect from that. And that will allow you to kind of rotate all of this out. And so these tires are going to come around like so. And they are eventually going to fit into this spot here, but they're not going to do it quite yet. What we do need to do first is to kind of get the rest of this car straightened out. So kind of take this windshield and plug it into there, bring this around, get that into its place. This detail here is going to come around, and then you're going to pull it out, rotate it, and then push it back in. And again, with this other side, we're going to fold that, pull it out, rotate it, push it back in. These ankles are going to come up, and they're just going to sit here where the forearms are. You'll note that there is a little tab right here on this foot. That foot's going to plug into detailing the arm. So the arm goes like so. It comes around, and then you've got this whole thing going on, which is just an interesting mechanism. Which actually we saw something very similar to this on the last Dropkick figure too, but with, you know, the tail fins. So with this in place, now we can start kind of pegging things into where they want to go. You can have this guy kind of plug into the back of the car. I believe you can tuck this underneath the toes. Yeah, that looks like that works out well. There are tabs here that plug into slots on the roof, but to get those to really fit, you need to like push the front end of it home as well. And that'll get you in a position where all of this other stuff can peg in together. And then the hands will just kind of flow into place. And then you're going to have the wheel closed. You've got this big tab right here. It's going to go into this slot here, which is actually a relief cut for the thigh swivel. And then this little tab here is going to plug into this tab in the arm. And this whole thing is going to proceed to not work properly because this corner of this tab needs to like tuck underneath, like over the top of that window. So let's just crank it over. There we go. And do the same for the other side. Yeah, crank that over. Nope, that popped back out. Put it back into place. There we go. And there he is in his vehicle mode. Now he doesn't have really swanky integrated weapon storage like Shatter did, but you just take this, there's a little slot right here. And that just plugs into the spoiler wherever you want, left side, right side. I did see a guy have two of these weapons. You can plug them in on either side in vehicle mode. But he had to have bought 2 figures because I'm pretty certain, I'm approximately 100% certain that this only comes with the 1 weapon. So, but yeah, there it is in its vehicle mode, and it rolls well. It looks good, blue and black. There it is with Shatter also in vehicle mode. Actually, decent looking little vehicle pair. But this one's a good figure. I recommend it. If you need a Shatter for your collection, this is the one to get. The other one is great for if you've got like a collection of like helicopter figures or whatnot. I don't know. But anyhow, that's all I've got for today. Thanks everybody for watching. You guys are fantastic. Everybody stay awesome and be good to each other. See ya.